when I tell you the story of this lady who was driving her car, the city, then she stops in a corner. There is a beggar. I don't know if it ever happens to you. You stop at a red light, there is a beggar. So she lowers the window and gives him a $20 bill. This big smile on the face of this man. The lady said, "You should know that I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for me because it brings a little bit of joy to my day." So the beggar said, "In that case, give me $1,000 and have a great day." So, I want to talk to you today about choosing joy. Choosing joy and increasing our joy. As Rabbi Leibel mentioned before, one of the main topics of this parsha is the beginning of the second parsha that we'll read together this week, and it's Kedoshim. It's almost like a commandment from God. Kedoshim tihiyu. You shall be holy, because I, your Lord, am holy. But this is the interesting thing, because the commandment is written in future tense. It doesn't say you are holy because I'm holy. It says you will be holy because I'm holy. Which I understand from those words is that you and I, we have to choose to be holy. We have the potential to be holy. And I believe that the key for our success to be holy is directly related to the levels of joy that we bring into our lives. And this is something that was discussed by the rabbis when they read the beginning of the first parsha that we read together, is Acharei Mot, where we are going to read about what happened right after the death of two of Aharon's sons, Nadav and Abihu. They died in the previous parsha. They were very difficult to understand circumstances, but now Aaron was going through a very difficult time. And God said to Moses, tell Aaron that he's not allowed to come to the Holy of Holies whenever he wants. He can only enter to the Holy of Holies when the cloud is not there. And I was thinking, what a powerful image that we get from there. Aaron, or in the future, all the other priests, and remember for what we talked last week, after the temple was destroyed, we're all priests. We're a nation of priests. What the Torah is saying is, you cannot enter to the Holy of Holies if the cloud is there blocking you from that access. And I was thinking that this image of the cloud, it's amazing, because that's exactly what we say when we have an emotional blow, that we feel that our senses are clouded, our mind is clouded, our heart is clouded. So, and this is the thing, because sometimes when something happens, we go through difficult time, when we have an emotional blow, first, you can actually choose to find a way to regain the joy, or you can develop sentiments, feelings of anger, bitterness, depression, sadness. And I believe if you go that way, or in other words, if you let those feelings take control over your life, that it's going to create an eternal cloud blocking you from accessing the Holy of Holies, from accessing the presence of God. So the thing is, we have to be very vigilant in our lives, very, very vigilant, to avoid falling into this trap of letting bad feelings taking control over our lives. We have to find ways to dissipate this cloud so we can access this Holy of Holies. So, what I was thinking is, okay, let's take as an example the life of Aaron, okay? He just went through the loss of two of his sons. So we can understand that the cloud was there. He couldn't enter to the Holy of Holies because God forbid, when you go through a loss, you have a real reason to have a cloud in your life. And Jewish law says that when we go through our laws, the mourning period is quite long. It could go up to 1 year. But after the year, eventually, we have to move on. We have to invite joy coming back to our lives. But I wanted to think about these other tragedies that we have in our lives. Well, this morning I woke up, I wanted to read it. Some people say I wanted to read the news, and the internet was so slow. It ruined my day. The internet was so slow, I couldn't read. Come on. You can't let a slow internet ruin the rest of your day. That will be maybe, you're okay, you have all the right to be upset, but it's a 1 minute upset. It's a 1 minute upset. Honestly, every time before, when I'm preparing the sermons, I usually share it with my wife first. And we were realizing that when she lost her father, she had pretty much a year-long period of mourning. And then eventually, she regained joy in her life. But a few days ago, we opened our pool. We have a pool in the backyard. The liner was ruined. Okay, we were upset, but we were talking about, okay, 20 minutes. But then after that, you move on. You let it go. You can't let a liner ruin the rest of your life. And then I was realizing that there are different kind of tragedies. There are 1 minute tragedy, 5 minute tragedies, 20-minute tragedies, 1 hour tragedy. I don't know, I lost my connection with the airplane. Okay, you're allowed to be sad for 1 hour. But then eventually, joy has to come back to your life. You cannot allow emotional blows to prevent you entering the Holy of Holies. And this is the other thing. After this episode, we are going to learn that this cloud preventing the Kohanim, the priest, from entering the Holy of Holies, will lift every Yom Kippur. So then the rabbis say that the priest can enter the Holy of Holies exclusively on Yom Kippur. And you know what? I think it's a great teaching. Because every time you want your personal cloud to dissipate, you have to think with Yom Kippur mind. What do we do on Yom Kippur? Purify ourselves. We cleanse ourselves. We let go. We forgive. We present offerings, which means you develop a giving spirit. You see, that's one of the best secrets that we have in Judaism. If you're going through a difficult time, what you have to do is give to others. I know, we're going through difficult times, we want everybody to give you. But you get it wrong. It's the other way around. You're going through a difficult time, take this challenge. Do something for somebody else. Volunteer in your synagogue. Volunteer Winnipeg Harvest. I don't know, do something for other people. If you feel that a cloud is around you, you cannot regain your joy, change your behavior. Do something different. I don't know. Never been to an art gallery? Go to an art gallery. You never been to a concert? Go to a concert. You never been to the Etz Chaim? No, I'm kidding. You never been to the zoo? Go, take your kids, grandkids to the zoo. Do something different. You like that one? So, in other words, the parsha is very clear. Kedoshim Tihiyu. It's a commandment. It's not an option. It's not if you want. We have the obligation to be holy. So if you feel that there is a cloud preventing you from entering the Holy of Holies, you have the obligation to find a way to dissipate that cloud so you can enjoy true and long-lasting joy. Shabbat Shalom.